Okay guys, we're going to go over the perfect beach steps here. So we have the perfect beach, my website. We're going to open up with this first image, copy that, right click, copy it. I'm going to open up a new image, a new Photoshop file. Right, our clipboard is pulled the exact size, 1280, 766 at 72 DPI. It's ready. We're going to call it the perfect beach. I've camel capped this one here. Paste it in there, Command V. Call this beach OG. Get rid of that background layer. Okay. We're going to edit this beach layer, so we're going to copy it, Command J. Or you could have brought it down here and copied it, right? I'll just erase that guy. We're going to call this beach no sky. Right, I'm going to hide this original layer. He's just there for safety. I'm going to lock him up too and just hide him. So I can go in and just grab a rectangular marquee tool. Well, that didn't work. Deselect it. Drag it across. Get it kind of close to that horizon. Looks good. You know, we don't want any feather on this. I mean, you could if you feel like your horizon is, you know, blending in to the sky a bit, but I feel good with just maybe 0.1 pixel, just tiny. Command X. I'm on the wrong layer. Make sure I'm on beach, no sky. Command X. Okay, there we go. And now I want to put a sky in the background. So I'm going to go back in here to my website. I'm going to get a sky image. All right, right click on that. Copy image. I'm going to paste it. Well, it's above, but we're going to call this sky. We want it to go behind this. Boom, there we go. So if I hit Command, it's going to automatically go back to my selection. So that's a quick way. That'll work too, right? If we hit the V, you're going to get to that move tool, but if I'm using another tool like the selection, I can just hit Command. So that's a quick way to move it around. So I'm going to have to make this a little bigger. Command T. Going to hold Option to go from the middle. Okay. So you don't need to do it that way. We just got to get it bigger, right? You could go one corner, but a nice way is by holding Option. It starts from a center point, which you can use in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to bring this down right under that. That looks good. That looks real. Okay. Maybe bring it over this way a little bit to kind of get a rules of third thing happening. Beautiful. So now we got the sky behind the beach with no sky. This sky is a little bit too yellow, so I'm going to go down, create a new fill or adjustment layer, right? We'll go to hue and saturation because I'm going to pull out, no, we're going to go to color balance. That makes more sense. Right, because we can now take it yellow. We don't want it yellow though. We want to go down blue, get all that yellow more blue. So that's looking a little more real. Okay. So we want to make sure, if we had another layer going on right now, which we don't, I'm going to show you what's going to happen in the next step, right? So we are good right now. This layer is affecting below right here. If we were to turn on this layer, it also will affect that layer, okay? So we don't want that. So if we hid that layer, see, there we go. We've made a change. It's affecting both layers. We don't want that. So we're going to right click, create a clipping mask. Now that has put it right in to just the sky layer, okay? So if we change this again, it's only affecting the sky layer. So we got a nice blue color, okay? Anyway, we are going to show that happening up here again. So now we have our sky behind the OG layer. We're just gonna hide again. Now I'm gonna bring in my rock layer. But you know what, actually? I think this is too turquoise, so I'm gonna go up here grab, same thing, hue and saturation. Remember, if I change something, we can make it a little darker. That's what I want, not as saturated. And I want to make this a little, oh, it's changing everything, right? Why? Because it takes everything below this layer. I must make a clipping mask. Now it only affects that layer. So I've kind of made it a little more blue, kind of taken that color out, make that sand a little more sandy. So there's some color correction happening. I mean, I wanted a little turquoise, but that's better. I like how that looks. Okay, so we have our layer mask clipping into that, right? You can release the clipping mask, but we're going to keep it on, right? So it's only affecting, hue and saturation only affecting the beach, color balance only affecting the sky. Okay, so now we are going to bring in another one. So let's go down to, let's do the beach ball. Copy image, back to Photoshop, paste it in there. There's a bunch of ways we could do this, right? We could use a quick selection tool, just kind of select out that background. It's most likely going to pick the perfect stuff, but I don't know. I still got to do a few more things. Oh, I accidentally got in there, so I don't like that. Deselect. I'm just going to do a perfect circle because this is a ball. If we go to the middle, kind of eyeball that, hold Option, then hold Shift, right? Because if I just hold anything, will be different kind of shapes here, but now we'll hold Shift. It'll make a perfect circle. I can get real close to the edge. And then I'll just use my cursors, move it around. I don't care if I lose a little bit because I want a nice circle and I don't want any of that white on the outside. So now inverse the selection, right? Shift Command I, Command X. Beautiful. Ball. We got a nice ball. I'm going to hide the ball down there. Call it ball. Important we layer things in the right order and we name them. As you grow in Photoshop, there's going to be so many layers. We want to make sure everything is named properly, okay? So we got the beach ball down there. Now we're going to bring in some rocks. So that's the layer I want. So right click on that guy off the website, copy him, paste in this layer. I have some rocks. Again, we could kind of draw this and get close, but it's being annoying. Right, if we wanted to minus that, we could, right? We just hit minus and then minus it out, zoom in. But another way to make sure this is easy, because it's a rock and it's a jagged edge, we can just use this polygonal lasso tool, right? So we just click on that, let it drop down. You have all your different lasso tools. Okay, I'm just going to start a little inside, right? It's a rough edge, but I want to make sure we don't get any of that water. So I can just get close to the edge, kind of follow this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is a rock, right? Kind of go along here. We're going to be zooming out and making this resolution a bit better, right? So this is just a web image at 72 dpi. So I've got kind of close to it. Following it, but not getting too picky about the edge because, again, it is a rock. It can be kind of rough here. So we're just clicking once, clicking again. It's going to be a straight line until I click. Tracing this here. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Click. Click, click. Get a little bit of this feeling into it. And almost done. Let's go right off the page, zoom out again here. And I can just do a straight line across. We're off that. Back up to there. We've got a selection. Okay. So we want to make sure this feather isn't too crazy on this one either. You know, maybe Again, just 0.1 or 0.2. We'll do 0.2. Inverse the selection, right? We're just going to get rid of the background. Boom. Now we got our rocks. So I hit Command, right? So now I've switched off the lasso tool back to my move tool, and I can just move this guy without having to go change it by hitting V or anything, right? It's just a quick little thing. You can get used to just always going back to the move tool with Command. We're going to call him Rocks. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, he's nice and bright. I kind of want this to be a little darker, right? So again, we'll go down. We're going to change something. This one's just going to be brightness and contrast. I kind of want them to have a little more contrast. There we go. And darken them up. Oh, it's doing everything. See that? So we must hit that clipping mask, okay? So if you make this mistake, you're going to notice it happening. So now it is just affecting, like the arrow says, just the rocks. I like it a bit darker. There we go. Okay, we're off to a great start.